Missouri, make some fucking noise.
Hey yo, it's N.W.B.T. We are taking out the trash. My name is Rhythm. As always, I've got my homies with me to the right.
Kai the fucking guy on the left.
Stevie motherfucking P.
Alright, that's what's going on. Hey, we're gonna get right into it. So, most recently, me and Kai the guy were at BVB Elevate. Shoutouts to BVB, JDK, the whole staff who does everything proper out there.
Always.
Yeah.
And man, it was a fun fucking time, man. It was really nice.
It was a sick weekend, man. BVB is always a good time. It's nice to get out of town, especially in the summer, hit the interior, do some shit, play some ball, have some good food. It's always a good time up there.
Buddy, I drove up there for the first time in fucking almost a decade.
Well,
Seriously, it was fucking.
it was summer.
It was nice. It was fucking great.
It's a beautiful drive in the summertime.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. It was. Yeah, I wasn't gonna fuck around with it on the winter though.
Yeah, there's 8 months of the year where it snows in that one little part of where the tunnels are and shit. Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all together, the event was a good event. It all went good.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
man.
of fucking people.
A lot of people.
They had a lot of people through the door. Like in most recent battle rap out of all the fucking BC area, that's probably one of the best, if not the best.
It's the biggest crowd I've seen in BC and second biggest I've seen, only Toronto.
In BC, that's the biggest
At
one.
a battle
Bigger
rap
than
event?
Vancouver, King of the Dot, when there was 150 people
Well,
there.
I've
I've
been
seen
to,
bigger
yeah,
ones
yeah.
with
You guys
Thesaurus and Cheddar.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
packed.
That was a fucking.
packed. Yeah,
that was a
yeah.
huge event. But it was pushing those events. That's what I'm saying. It was it was up on it.
I battled in 300 once in Calgary. It was a big event.
Yeah, that's
biggest
huge.
thing. Yeah. But yeah, so it was a good event, and you guys both battled.
Yes, sir.
And let's talk about your guys' battles first. How did you do, Rhythm?
Well, not my finest performance. Material was there.
Material's fire. It was probably my favorite. When you spit it to me in the parking lot, I know we were both kind of gassing each other, but I was genuinely hyped to hear it because, you told me it was a little last minute thing. So
yeah, well, I don't know. I had some material, and then I looked at it, and I was like, this isn't quality material, and I wanted to change that because I felt BVB deserved a better performance. And I was going all night clean. And then I stumbled a little bit, and in the second and the third, it didn't really go my way either. He was killing it. Shout out to Letterman, came all the way from Manitoba. Of course, I always make fun of the colonies because they're fucking trash, but they do have good battlers. They're just boring, like I keep reiterating. But homie was killing it, man. He did really good. Had a lot of really good angles, which I haven't heard people use against me before,
super original.
Yeah, the
especially
bishop.
the teeth shit too.
Yeah, it was a good way to go.
He had original teeth bars?
Original teeth bars, yeah.
They're fire, yeah.
He had a couple of angles against, my kid's name and how who I named him after and all that stuff, and that was really funny. Talking about my tattoos. He did really good, and for what I was keeping up with, it was a really solid battle.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, I definitely had him very close second behind Sully for performance of the night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was right up there, man.
So
he didn't miss a beat.
was good. So it's
Letterman killed it.
It's not bad that you lost then, I guess.
No.
Was it judged or was it promos?
Yeah, everything was judged.
It was all judged, eh?
Every battle.
All right.
That's what I like about BVB. They still got that judged element,
Was it
right?
you and Savage was judged, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I like judges. I would rather my battles be judged. I feel like it's a rip-off when it's the end and I don't lose.
Wait, so I might have won? No.
Yeah. But, so your battle was...
It was one of the better battles of the night, to be honest.
Was it?
Even with my stumble, because my shit was good and I was keeping up pace, and he was just killing it. And so it was all right.
All right. And Kai, you had a really good battle, I heard, but
My shit was weird, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Dr. Grimm.
And I was pissed off for 5 minutes afterwards. And I even filmed on my deck. I filmed a little recap. I haven't posted it yet. And I was pissed. I was pissed that I haven't posted it.
Throw that in the garbage.
Yeah, I was pissed in it. And, but I realized now it's not that big a deal. It was just so much shit I wasn't expecting from him.
So, what do you mean it was weird? What did he come with weird material?
Yes, but also there was 3 different antics he pulled that were
seriously?
But it wasn't on purpose. He was just being kind of weird. So he always wears the lab coat, right?
I don't know. I've never seen him.
Yeah, so he always wears a lab coat.
Oh, all right.
Always wears a lab coat, Dr. Grimm. And I start I'm going in on his lab coat, and then like I land like a pretty good bar, gets pretty good reaction. I forget what it was, and he starts taking the shit off.
Oh yeah.
So he's taking the shit off while I'm spinning. I'm going. He throws it to the side, and that's like round 1, I think. So he throws it off stage, not wearing the lap coat anymore. I start my round 2, and I start my third round, and I went first. So he was going, and he remembered he had like an antic, like something in his jacket pocket,
in the lab
coat pocket that he'd thrown off stage. So midway through my round, he just walks off. He goes to get his lab coat.
And everybody's like, JDK's like, what the fuck?
And I stop the bar. I'm just looking at him. The camera's still on me. He's like behind the cameraman digging his lab coat. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, just keep going. I'm like, no, get the fuck back over there. So and then thankfully for him, he just like stopped what he was doing and got back on. I just started over. So I don't know how they're going to edit that, but it's going to look super fucking, it's going to look weird on camera. So I get through my third. I slipped up right at the end, and I slipped up at the beginning of my second. I tried to rebuttal, and I fucked up.
Battles are hard, man.
And that was the thing. I was like, this battle, I'm going to try it. It's my third battle. I've never tried it yet. Like, I'm just going to try it and see how it goes. And I slipped at the end of my third. And then at the beginning of his third, he just forgot his opening line for about 40 seconds. So he was just standing there walking around. And then gets his place, goes to his round, and then ends his round by saying he just got a degree and with lasers, right? He's talking about lasers. He has all these laser bars, and he's like, and I just got certified. And that was his antic. He like pulls out his diploma that he just got.
And the crowd ate it up, man.
Yeah, they loved it. So that he actually got the decision. He got it 3-2.
Yeah, but he had a gassed crowd too. He brought a bunch of people and shit. But it was, I don't know. At that point it was just, it was so weird, and Kai was Kai's trying to have an actual battle, and you could tell it was.
Yeah, I came serious, and I wanted to smoke kids' boots, and it was just weird.
Do you know what it is? You're only in your third battle. You're still not getting like huge opportunities or whatever, right? So like, while you first start, you need to battle the weirdos. Sometimes it's how it goes, right?
Whoever got.
But keep performing good.
G got Funeral Nick at the start. That's how fucking.
Is that?
That's who Funeral Nick started off.
Alright.
Fucking Little G.
But yeah, so he got the decision 3-2. I'm not mad at it, whatever. Show up BBB. I'm definitely going back for the next one. It's whatever. And that was the thing. He performed really well. Like before his slip up, he was clean on his material. He was way louder than me. He was way more. He was moving around. It was just kind of weird material.
Yeah, that's all good. And there's different aspects to a battle, right? It's not all about material. So
of course, yeah.
And so both you guys didn't have the best battles by the sounds of it.
No, definitely
stumbles
not.
stumbles from you.
Well, we're taking out the trash, right?
Yeah,
we're taking out the trash.
All right, well, I might have to remove you two from here, but no, I'm just joking.
We fit right in.
But yeah, so your guys weren't even the worst chokes of the event, I guess, eh?
No, I mean, I just want to give a quick shout out to this dude Non the Non who debuted against Smiley, who's only had one other battle. This kid Non the Non. Fire.
Yeah, he's somebody to watch out for.
Is he really good?
Sick. And then the other battle that we don't really have to talk about or whatever. Vincent and Joe Swift battled as well.
Oh, they did the replacement battle.
Both their opponents
kind of like me and Fibs did. Yeah, but
yeah.
It was funny.
It was good. Vincent would have smoked that dude. I'm not going to talk about him because he doesn't deserve any clout. Vincent would have smoked that dude.
Yeah.
And then so then Sully and Kid Savage was next.
Yeah.
Wild. Like Sully, I just feel is getting better and better right now.
Yeah, like he put on a huge performance. Like at that time, the crowd was kind of weird too, because like
it was after he went right after me, and it was like right after Dr. Grimm pulled his shit out.
Yeah.
And then they went right into the main event after that. The crowd was kind of off, and then Sully cooked his first round, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, he just brought the crowd.
So did Kid Savage do good?
He did really well.
I had heard that this is probably Kid Savage's last battle, he says.
Well, that's what I think he mentioned that during the battle, actually. Yeah, he was talking about how he's done and all that.
He posted on his Facebook that this was his last battle, and if you wanted to see him, come out and watch it, because it was his last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's been
he did good, he redeemed. He
did really well, I thought. Yeah, I think you took the third. The third's the closest round, but I think Sully pretty easily took the first two,
Yeah. All right.
And then to end the night out, it started at about 1:50 a.m. Devious versus Lil G.
Oh, so it was like almost 2 a.m. when they battled.
Yeah, it was super late. So there's a large part of the crowd was gone at that point, but it also didn't really matter because the people who stayed knew how like amazing that battle was going to be.
Yeah.
There's just like,
but
neither of them came the cleanest, but it was still like just magical to see
funny.
that battle. Yeah, like, so funny to see that shit go down.
Yeah. That's
his characters beyond measure, right? Both of them.
Yeah, exactly. They're both their own person.
So overall, the event was a success, and there was a big crowd, but quite a few people came unprepared by the sounds of it. So it was probably like 7 out of 10 or something. Like it was a good quality event, but there was a lot of chokes, so it kind of hurt it a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say that. Yeah,
because a lot of events you get performers showing up, but not a huge audience. Right?
Yeah, this is. Yeah,
but also I guess we didn't mention yet. A big part of the audience was also the performers. Like they killed it.
Yeah.
Like the 3 performers.
Original acts.
All right,
yeah. Performers came out.
Shalina and
the Peace Seekers and Frankie Adap.
Peace Seekers. Yeah. I performed with the Peace Seekers before. They were a good group when I watched them. They were good. Who was the other one?
Frankie Adap.
Oh,
he was like killing it in the BC Underground. He was doing like diss tracks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And was doing well. And like I was talking to JDK because normally the music scene and the battle scene, like they don't mix well. I don't know, maybe elsewhere they do, but in Vancouver they don't. Yeah. But JDK brought in those acts specifically because they support the battle scene. Frankie wants to get into the battle scene. Like they have roots involved right in the Okanagan battle scene. So it was a good.
I know Shalina and the Peace Seekers through the battle rap probably. So that's and the Frankie Adept guy. I've seen him in BC Underground. So that's good. That's good that they brought those guys out. So we were talking about how Sully is leveling up quite a bit, and he's probably one of the more promising ones. Well, he put a question into the thing on the forum on the Smoke Dope group on Facebook. He asked who we think is the top 5 active BC battlers right now.
Shit, well everybody's fucking retiring, so...
everybody's retiring, but they're still active, right? They just retired.
Yeah, okay.
No, I don't know, but yeah.
So top 5 BC?
Yeah, BC.
Okay, so Ellipsis is obviously up there.
I think you gotta give him the one spot, especially since he's going to New York next month.
Oh, yeah. Ellipsis.
Okay, G-Show, Jaws.
I don't know.
He's
Jaws
just
active,
retired,
though?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Active,
like, I don't know, give him fucking 6 months. If he doesn't do a battle, then we can call him retired.
So Jaws. I think you might have to put Sully in there. I mean, who else are we really talking about?
Creative, maybe. See, those are the top 3. Like, okay, you've got those for sure, and then it's really debatable.
You could
say like,
Gingerbread
Man.
Yeah.
You could say Sully, Creative.
I'm trying to think of like...
Is DP active again?
Yeah, does DP count because he just did this battle?
He was already just posting not long ago about how the Northwest
made him want to battle again.
Yeah, he's not done. He's going to battle next week.
Fucking joke.
Yeah.
You probably saw that URL card drop in his fucking heart saying,
like, oh, fuck.
Why had to be retired?
Well, that could have been me against MT Money.
Because it's Slurpee drinkers only at that shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know, are you fucking retired?
I'm not active, but I'm coming back to battling. I haven't battled in a year, but I mean...
So I'll give you an honorable mention then.
Yeah, so it's a firm 3, and then it's...
And then it's who's getting... out of everybody we just said, pick who you want. I would go with TGBM and Creative.
Probably. Those are probably some pretty good choices.
Yeah, I think I'd definitely Carson and then probably Sully though for me.
Sully, okay.
Because lately he's been fucking smoking people's boots, man.
Yeah, and he's like, he does things different than everybody else too, like...
Well, he has his own style and he learned how to do it good. It's good. I think Sully's probably one of, like I say, the more promising ones, and it seems like right now he's hungry. The thing about a lot of the people that you guys mentioned is that they're not hungry. Like Jaws wants to retire. Mm-hmm. Creative isn't that hungry right now. Like he likes to battle and stuff, but it's not like he's actively trying to battle like everywhere, right? Like
that's a good point.
Sully's hungry, so I mean he's probably in there. But that's a pretty good list, I think.
Yeah.
Yo, we're here with Northwest Battle Talk, and we got Vocab from Seattle.
Hey!
The Northwest battle legend and battle reviewing legend. He's been reviewing battles since before most of you were born, so that's good. And we're gonna recap. We're gonna recap the Northwest event that happened in Olympia, Washington. King of the Dot merger with 4 MCs that Vocab happened to battle on. So let's talk about your battle first. How'd you do in the battle?
I would say out of a 4-star rating, I like my battle like I like my Thai food. It was 3 stars. I should start doing that on reviews. I think I'm gonna do like a 4-star rating, and I'll give you a star rating on each battle. How about that? Let's do something different.
Let's do it.
It was good. I mean, what was it? You picked me. Kai said it'd be closer than thought, and I think Rhythm kind of leaned my way too.
Yep,
so
me and Rhythm.
Home court advantage to you guys.
I think it was more just the old guys sticking together.
Yeah, us old guys stick together. It was Benji's not much younger than us.
Yeah.
But it was good. Like if you like, and I told you this earlier on our first take, not on the Redux, but if you like direct material, my material was more direct than his was. His bars were really good. He had a crazy Limp Bizkit bar. He had like vocab with 3 Ks. And I was like, and then I almost wanted to do the wise guy flip on him and just like spell with the K because that is the way. And then he had a good Limp Bizkit bar. He was pretty direct with it, or he had actually his material. Mine was more direct. His was more just kind of like bars material.
Yep.
I thought he had a better performance than me. Maybe he was more lively.
More energy.
I had a flip in the second round because he was wearing a Thunder hat. I was like, Oklahoma City Thunder hat, so I flipped that. Wearing that to Seattle, you can't do that. That's a no-no. And then I brought Old Man Voke out, or Father Time, in the third round with the mask. Because I thought he'd hit me with like a bunch of old jokes. I was expecting him to hit me with what his memes were about.
But he didn't.
A bunch of old face jokes, and then he didn't. It was like just random one-off material, it was good. Not a lot of it hit me directly, but his bars were good. I mean, it's going to be a preference. I think if you like material, I think mine was a little bit better. And you can't ever tell in Olympia. It's a hard crowd to guess, but I just like my setups got a lot more reaction. Like I was like, listen up, Macho Man Randy Average, and the whole crowd just like flipped wild just over that. And I got pushed. And I was like, okay, let's stop. And then he had a bar and a couple of his third. I mean, I think the first I took, the second was debatable. The third he took is just like from mine. It comes down the second. I could have edged it in my opinion, but I wouldn't be mad if people said he won. But I thought he had a better performance. I like my material more. But it'll be good. I didn't think I did as good as I did. Afterwards I had to message people a couple days later, like, what'd you think? And they're like, you did good. You did better than you thought, because it's hard to gauge. If the crowd's not reacting, like, when you're up in Vancouver and against Wise Guy, the crowd's just going ape shit. And you're just like, okay, it's a good battle. And then here it's like, you don't know. And then you walk off and you're like, okay.
All right, so 4-star rating. 4-star rating for your battle altogether.
No, probably 3.
3? All right.
Yeah, 3-star rating.
You had
Battle of the Night.
Well, no, we'll talk about all the battles first. What the hell is his friggin' name? You battled him. He's battling Caveman Brown. I can't think. Swamp versus
Tiger.
Caveman. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
That was the battle of the night, I think. I mean, it was like first round. I mean, that was actually what Caveman did. Is he came out before even the battle started, and he grabbed them. They were putting the lapel mics on him, and like the DJ was playing a beat, and he just started freestyling over the beat, and he was killing it like for about a minute and a half. And then that got the crowd going. Like the crowd was into it, and then from there he came out just out of the cave, like just Caveman, like out, and just like looking for food or something. Like he was agitated, he was ready, and he came out swinging in the first. So I thought he took the first. Swamp came back in the second with a stronger approach. I thought it was still a debatable round, and Cave was as good in the first as he was, as good in the second as he was in the first. In the third, Cave left the door open. It's kind of like he ran out of steam in his third round, and Swamp had a good angle where he was like, I think someone was like a race angle where Swamp, or someone said something to Caveman to battle, like he called the guy out for using the race material, and then the next, he let someone else say something back to him, and he didn't call him out, so Swamp called him a hypocrite for it, and it got over really well in the room. So Swamp had one of his better performances. I know his last few battles weren't as up to his level as to what he's capable of. But this was probably my favorite back and forth night. The promo was great. The battle lived up to the hype, and everyone delivered. So it was my favorite. I'd say it's it's a quality GZ.
Yeah.
It's a 3-star.
It's a 3-star. All right. So next up was MT Money versus Hip, wasn't it?
Yeah, that battle happened too right after me and Benji. It was really good. I had Hip taking it 3-0, and it was just based on performance. I mean, I thought MT had a good performance, but Hip was in his bag. I mean, he just knows how to stop and react and deliver material and just let the crowd soak it in. So I mean, that's what he's good at. And he had a bunch of freestyle stuff and flips in there, and he's talking about bars. There's quotables. You can see him on the talkback page, and I don't remember everything, but he was just crushing.
Yeah,
I posted like every bar from almost every battle. I felt like, but he was crushing it for sure. And Hip had a good opener. He took out his phone. He's like, I smoke him like the Apple, and I like his Apple phone. But he was kind of, he battled Hush a couple weeks before, and he
just over.
He had a couple slip ups in his battle. And I thought that Hip was just clean. Hip delivered a main page quality performance, and it wasn't body or anything. It was a gentleman's 30. And I thought Hip had
gentleman's 30.
It was a 3-star battle.
Another 3-star? No, 3.5? Hip doesn't get the extra half?
No.
All right. We got a lot of Thai foods. Got a lot of Thai foods up in here so far.
Slept on though.
He was slept on?
Hypnosis is so slept on though. Well, not in the room, but just in general. I don't think he gets enough conversation about how good he is.
Yeah.
Like he's an entertainer. He knows how to entertain people.
He's never really branched out to the other leagues, right? He stayed loyal to his other leagues, and he got that audience and whatever. His battle with was it Charlie Clips? I think that got like almost 100K or something. So that like a lot of people probably seen that.
And Arsenal too.
Yeah, Arsenal was a good one too. So yeah, I'm sure he's getting a little better known now. So what was the next one?
We should talk about D-Fly and Versatai.
All right, so that was before that, eh?
Yeah, Versatai. Oh man, that was my favorite. That's probably my second favorite battle. Actually, even though my favorite battle of the night was Swamp and Caveman, I still give D-Fly and Verse 3.5 star rating.
3.5 stars. All right.
Just because it's got something for everybody. You got people that are gonna be watching versus bars that went over a lot of people's head. Like it's gonna come back on camera, and then you're gonna have you had something happen with D-Fly, a viral moment where he called out like a bunch of big girls in the beginning of his third round, and then Big Bars is like, who are you talking about? Are you talking about us? Or like, what's wrong with us? And the whole crowd just flipped and looked at her, and they started cheering. And
big girls rock.
He's like he took it back. He's like, wait, it's coming back. Trust me, I'm not saying anything bad.
Oh,
so
all right.
I mean, he definitely, D-Fly. The more he drank, he drank 2 shots of Henny in the middle of the second round. Someone was handed to him, and he's just like drinking it like the guy on the Man Show back near Chug Beer. He's like, shh. Done. And he started wobbling. He's wobbling like a boxer, getting hit, in a fight, and just delivering his material. And his jokes were on point, and his material has gotten much better in his presence. I mean,
nice.
he won. I had him 2-1, but I think it's a battle like something for everybody, and that's like you have to look at when you watch battles. It's got something for everybody. So.
Yeah,
that was good. That was worth mentioning too. So.
I forgot about that one. So, Young Cannon and Patron, though, that was the main event, right?
Yep, that's a main page battle. It's probably another 3.5 star in between. But it was. I thought as good as Patron was, Young Cannon was just that much better. He's more seasoned. He had a line to close out his battle. Like we were all looking at our phones because it was already over, and he said something like, "Oh, and Hip already ended your career like Bo Jackson." And the whole crowd, like, everyone looked up and, like, looking around, like, what? Like, Patron was good. He came out swinging, and, you know, I thought Patron won his last 2 battles going into this. I thought he beat Yaku and he beat Ronnie. So he was coming off 2 really good performances. And we talked about this earlier, but Patron versus Cortez, you remember that was his first chance to level up in the ring against someone who was really known and really big, and he didn't really do that well in that battle. I thought Cortez just was showgoating, as I told him after the battle. But he came out this time and he was more prepared, but YK was just, just so seasoned and knew how to let every line soak in. It was like, you know, hustle can beat talent so often, and talent is just going to prevail, and that's what happened. I thought it was a 3-0 YK, but it was a gentleman's 30, and it's a main page. So we got 2 main pages, or 1 main page, 4 GZs and 2 PYs out of it, in my opinion.
That's a good event.
Versatile and D-Fly really stands out.
Those are your 2 performers?
Versatile came into a hospital. D-Fly is who I thought had the best performance, but followed by Hypnosis. But Versatile came out and he won over a new crowd, which is impressive. Like, no one knew who he was.
I know what it's like. It's hard in that Oli crowd. That Oli crowd is hard to win over, man.
It's hit or miss, you know, it really is. And he won over the crowd and made a bunch of new fans. So I think for that, you know, it's really impressive, and he's got to be someone that comes back out. Some other guys, just quick shout-outs. Dizzle had a really good performance, too. His opponent, you know, didn't really make it that far in his round, in a 1-rounder. But Dizzle still came out, and he spent like 4 or 5 minutes. His opponent, I never seen a 1-rounder PY, by the way. That was new.
A 12-bar 1-rounder. This guy comes out and spits 12 bars and then chokes, and it's a 1-rounder.
Spit a feature verse.
I'll split a 24 verse with you for 200.
Exactly.
All right, so overall, the event was what? 8 out of 10? 9 out of 10? How many stars, actually? We're going on stars. 8, another 3.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5?
4 out of 5. 3 out of 5. If you're going to do 5, 4 out of 5.
Well,
like
4 out of 5 is like an 80%, right?
Yeah.
So, that's all good.
It's in my, you know, I hold it really high, like, for it to be, you know, high regards. I enjoyed it more than Heart to Heart as an overall event, and the reason I say that is because Washington has so many no-shows, and everyone showed up, and with the exception of one performance, which was cut short due to not memorizing, everyone leveled up.
Yeah.
I mean, to be really proud of, you know, everyone here put on and made it proud. So
attendance-wise was good, too? Attendance-wise was good?
I think about 65.
Yeah.
65.
Yeah,
it was good enough. It's hard this time of year to get people to come out. You know, it's like before Labor Day weekend, and you know people are busy in the summer. But it was good. You know, everyone showed up, and you didn't have any chokes outside of one person, and it was good. It was a solid event. It ran like from 6 to like 9:30, and then you know we finished up and killed the bar pretty much. So
all right,
got to stay late.
All right, let's hear your thoughts on Back to School, September 7th, the 2 main events. We got Bad Bars Battle, Mike versus the Gingerbread Man. Who do you think's coming out with the Bad Bar title?
Are we counting performance in this? Because
well, I mean, I don't. I think they have to perform the Bad Bars good, right? You don't want to have a bad performance. So you could just go in there and choke for 3 rounds and win, but those aren't bad bars, right? You got to do bad bars and perform them like they're the best fucking thing in the world.
Mike is a salesman, I know that. I mean, he's a walking dad joke. and for that alone, I mean, Mike. Like I told you earlier, Mike hasn't battled since April, so he's probably been saying all his bad bars to everybody at work and whatever. And so, and Gingerbread Man, he has. I don't know if he can write just crappy material. Like, I know Mike can. Because I battled Mike. So brought up Brazilian fart porn, which I didn't even know is real until after we battled. So
this one wasn't supposed to be a bad bars battle, Mike. What are you doing?
Mike comes up to you in the parking lot. You guys know this. He comes up to you in the parking lot and he'll start telling you all his horrible bars.
I said, I grabbed this out the kitchen. But yeah.
So in the battle of the worst, who's going to be less worse is Gingerbread Man, which I think Mike will be worse. So
Alright, so Mike's going to win it. Alright, the other one is AA Ron versus Joey Malice, the return of Joey Malice.
And said, Malice is smoked out is Malice.
Yeah.
Aaron had a couple good performances recently, and he's been getting back on his craft. Wow, but I think like Joey, we talked about, he knows how to control room, and I think with that, that's why I give him the edge in the battle. I'll give Aaron a round, because he's done. Aaron, A round.
AA round.
Give A round.
Yeah.
But Joey's been sitting on with 2 years of material.
Oh, Joey's probably been writing forever. You know he's been writing lots too.
He's got stuff to say.
Yeah.
And,
he only spit one round last time, so he has 2 rounds on deck, ready to go.
Yeah, he's gonna just pick up where he left off.
Yeah.
Pick up not caring. So
All right.
yeah, it'll be good. Those will be good ones. So yeah.
All right, so let's. What do you want to plug here for people to find you and check out?
Yeah, we got shout out to you guys too for doing this. This is awesome. We need to get more people on this and check it out for sure. On the podcast and more. So it's awesome. And I listened to the whole one last time, so it was good. I was able to play it all the way through, so it's listenable.
Nice.
We also in the Northwest have events coming up, and I'll talk about it in the future hopefully. We got the Sky Tier September 28th event. You got Hypnosis versus Carter Deems.
Yeah.
We got Young Grizz against MC Money, and we got URL in Seattle.
Yeah.
And it's not a URL event. DP's not there, and I did buy an extra ticket.
Oh shit! Nice.
DP, if you want to go,
yeah.
I'll let your boy.
He's coming to get that footage out the vault.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll let him in Tacoma though.
Oh yeah.
But it's you got so many good. You got Stewie and Danny Myers. You got,
that's nuts.
Prom Luther versus Hypnosis. You got Patron against Bait. You got Flo Colombo against Empty Money.
Yeah,
and,
that's like a mirror match right
those
there.
2 alone, and D-Fly and AFTA alone, and Patron, it's Empty Money and Flo Colombo. I'm there for those 2 alone. Yeah. So and JUS battling too, so it's good to see him. I'll be in those, and I'll give you guys a recap. But to plug me, check out our album 1991 MP and Vocab. We got like 1,700 plays now on Bandcamp, which is good, and a bunch of purchases. So we're now
see
on streaming.
A lot of blog love I see too.
Yes, a lot of posts. People have been taking it. You know it is, because music's like a good seed. If you put it in the ground, you hope it spreads and grows. Yeah. And that's the plan. So, I mean, we've gotten picked up by a bunch of people and put on sites, and because you've done the same thing too, and it's hard to promote. Now we're on Google Play, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on Bandcamp. We're not messing around with SoundCloud. So
all the youngins can stream you now, right? Like they don't use Bandcamp like we do, right?
People that are old enough to figure it out. But mpandvocab.bandcamp.com. Check out the album 1991. We got Master Ace, Sky Zoo, AG, Sam I Am the MC, BET Freestyle Champ. Lots of good production, and we got to get Stevie P on the next one.
Yeah, you do. I've been telling you.
Need a feature verse, and then Twitter @vocab on demand. So check me out there. I decided to recently do that, and
I'll do the other 12 bars of Progress's verse or whatever there after he choked.
Progress spit his whole round.
Who was the one that choked?
Reggie Loud.
Oh, Reggie Loud.
The guy who's been memed all over the internet.
Oh, all right.
Memes are fucking hilarious.
Have you seen his pictures all over the internet, Reggie Loud?
Oh, is that the guy that he has like the face like this? He looks like he's like, all right. Yeah, I seen those. That's good.
That's the guy that, he's got the epic stumble, and he's been caught up everywhere.
All right, that's all good. All right, you're also on Twitter now, right? Vocab on Demand on Twitter.
Vocab on Demand. Give it a follow, I'll follow you back. That's the rule.
Yeah. Follow for a follow. We don't want none of that follow for a follow shit. You like my page and I'm not liking yours.
Well,
I'm just joking. It's
I'm
all good.
Napping, man. I do more than nap. I'm power napping, man.
Yeah, power nap. Do it. That's what we like. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
All right, fellas. Good luck this weekend. Kill it. And I'll look forward to listening to the whole podcast.
All right. Peace out.
Thanks, man.
All right. Peace.
All right, we're back. We're talking about New Wave right now, which has all kinds of controversy surrounding that, but we'll get to that in a second. First, the headliners.
Yeah,
which
the
we talked about
headliners.
before, and we gave our little predictions on.
Yeah. So we got Renz and Knox were day 2, and then we had Kid Franklin and Pathogenic on day 1.
Okay.
I'm the only one here, I think, that's seen both those battles.
Yeah, I was driving back from BBB. While
Yeah. So we caught the pay-per-view. We watched them up in Kelowna. 2 great headliners.
So out of the 2, who was the better?
Oh, definitely Path and Kid Franklin. I think anyone will tell you that.
People are saying Battle of the Year contender for that battle,
Yeah.
so I mean that's pretty fucking good. We all said that battle was going to be extremely good.
And close.
We just said that it was going to be edged to me and Rhythm picked Kid Franklin, and Kai picked
you had Path, didn't you?
Oh no, did you pick Path?
I think I picked Path.
Oh,
we
you
had
picked
Path.
Path. So I picked Kid Franklin. You guys both picked Path.
And I think, from what I heard, Path got it 4-1, so...
But that's like really misleading 4-1.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
Well, I mean, 4-1's still super close. One of the judges picked you. It's like it wasn't a
But
body
also,
bag.
like, it might have been the best Franklin I've ever seen, too. That's the
Yeah.
other thing. Like, I'm going to wait
I don't know
before
how it could be the best Franklin when the best
Oh.
Path that I've seen, unless Path leveled up like 3 times.
He had there's some room shakers, man.
Yeah.
Like no, and there wasn't like stomping or that kind of shit. Because no
Yeah.
offense, Med Happen, I hate that stomping shit. But but no, there's generally people like popping off like crazy to some of these.
Yeah.
Bars. And like those guys are all rappers out there. Like they know what's hot. Like it's a seasoned crowd, so there's some of the biggest reactions I've seen on cam. Like not in general,
Alright.
but in Medicine Hat.
Yeah.
And they're young guys. We were talking about like last time. Like they're just stepping onto the scene to be fucking.
So Path is on the rise. Path is like pretty much on
he's
pace
undefeated.
with like you, Kai. Like only 3-4 battles.
No,
like,
he's at like 8 or 9.
He's at 8 or 9 in his first year.
Yeah, he's battled on. Yeah.
Holy smokes, that
Yeah, no,
guy's doing
he's
a lot of
battled.
battles. All right, well, 8 or 9 battles, yeah. So he's still for only first year 8-9 battles. He's fucking
Not even
killing it.
dude. First battled in January, and it's August.
September.
Or
So
September, yeah.
9 months. Battle a month for the 9
Something
months.
like that. It might
That's
not be up
insane.
to 9, but he's definitely like over 7. I know
Yeah.
for sure. He's like,
That's insane though. That's fucking consistent grind.
Yeah,
That's
no, that's
wild.
good. So shout out to both those guys. They're
Yeah.
fucking fire.
my bad.
So Renz and Knox, who picked what in that? Because I don't even remember
I don't think we
none
did
of
prediction.
these.
I don't
we
think we
didn't
did
predict
prediction.
that one.
Or I think I
I think I picked Renz. I thought I did.
I picked Renz too. Actually,
I feel like I would have picked Renz. And
Yeah.
that one, I don't know. But
Who won?
Johnny.
Johnny won.
And I talked to Renz about it. Renz said it was a 3-0.
It was
like
a 3-0.
like what Vokab would say, a gentleman's 3-0.
Yeah.
Like Renz had some shit. Like
I know.
I heard his material before too, and I was like, "Fuck, man! Like you're going there to smoke." Like
I seen Jesse was posting like I think after that weekend that there's no doubt that Johnny Knox is the number 1
I don't
contender.
doubt it either. Yeah, from what I
So-
saw, Knox was cooking, man. So him and Maven's gonna be it seems like the only logical title match in my opinion.
Yeah.
If he wants it, like that's gonna be next up. In my
Also,
opinion.
shout out to Little Corey because I think he wanted to us to talk about the number 1 contender. So
stay up on your shit there, Steve.
yeah,
You got a
I'm just
fucking
trying
job
to
to do.
think, yeah, number 1 contenders for Smoked Out. So yeah, I think that Johnny Knox is definitely one of them for sure.
okay, then
I would have liked to see AJ become one of them when he was active out here. He's back in Ontario. I don't know how often he's going to be able to come here to battle now. So
Yeah, you don't want a
that's
champ who has to travel that far.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, Cope wants that title, so let's fucking see.
I think a crazy like BC like Cope and Sully like a BC.
Cope and Sully for a
like,
number 1 contender, like
BC, and then-
after
so
Craig and
Johnny will get a shot, and then like Cope and Sully go at it. I think that'd be fire.
That would be
Fire.
Yeah,
that would be a good number 1 contender.
yeah.
Cope's getting to the point now where he's getting more battles and Smoked Out, and
he has some ground to fucking stand on.
Like
when
he did one
round, one round, he's talking shit.
Yeah, he's like, I want to be the champ. You've done one round and Smoked Out, bud.
Like 4 years after he was around, like, he wouldn't do Smoked Out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is that's all good. So yeah, the number one contenders, but we had a little side thing there, but yeah. So Knox beat Ren's pretty good, but it wasn't like a body, but it was like he edged all three.
Yeah.
The gentleman's body, as Vocab has coined, which I think is a great term.
Yeah, that's a great one. It's because it's still respectable. You're not down. You're not downplaying it.
Yeah. Somebody's got to lose. It's just an unfortunate turn of events.
Shit, right?
But some other shit. Other shit went down.
A couple other shits, but
yeah, that whole fucking event has been other shit. But so specifically, this is, you probably heard about it if you know anything about battle rap, because it went fucking haywire.
Oh,
these two rappers, Billy Shakes and who's the other? Papa.
Yeah.
Papa. What is it?
It's Papa something.
Big
though, right?
Papa.
It's just
or
Papa.
Is it
It's
just
just
Papa?
Papa.
Oh.
Okay, so Papa and Billy Shakes, and stripped down to their fucking underwear. And I heard it was Papa who started it, and Billy just wasn't going to be upstaged. And,
Exactly. So Billy rebutted by taking off his clothes, which might be the best rebuttal ever.
And made a whole fucking country real uncomfortable, man.
Man, I don't think it was there was at least 30 battle rap promoters and just angry people from all over like North America commenting about how it doesn't belong in battle rap.
Yeah,
everybody was mad, and some people were saying like, whatever, let the guys do what they want to do. If they want to get up there and fucking take off their clothes and battle in their underwear, then whatever. It's,
okay, so
I think that's mostly local people saying that, only because I feel like Vancouver has had like there's like Daylight doing his thing, but Vancouver also had weird shit going on all the time. And not a lot of people know about
Funeral Nick, fucking
Cope had Cope
doing
shit
all the time. Chris Waters,
Whoop and fucking and Wise Guy in a hot tub, and the only reason we didn't is because it was 30 fucking degrees.
We're ruining the sacredness of the art form. You guys are trash. Try something new, you fucking weirdos. Battle in your underwear.
Vancouver's always been on some other shit, in my opinion, and those people haven't really been exposed to too much antic side of battle rap, I'd say. So it's just, and they've never seen shit like that. Dude, Papa kissed his opponent in his last battle. He spit his first round and kissed the guy
on his lips.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think so, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So that, in my opinion, that's way more to get mad at.
That's way more fucking.
Yeah. But because there's one photo in Smoked Out, there was just two dudes in underwear.
Maybe the other guy liked it. I didn't even hear anything about it. The other guy was probably like, "Oh."
But this isn't even the first time fucking somebody's been in their underwear.
No, it happened to me.
Yeah, it's fucking Funeral Nick stripped down all high on acid in your battle.
Yeah, and I hugged him. I gave him a nice hug and said, "Thanks, bud."
So Steve, you're the originator, Stevie. That's how you deal with that.
I'm not
Billy,
scared.
Billy, you should have just hugged him. It would have been way better.
I'm not scared of a guy in his underwear.
But the thing is, I remember when that happened, I was fucking right behind you, and half the crowd was like, "Oh, this is ruining battle rap."
Junk is like this
the
whole time.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Here we are, how many years later, and fucking everybody's forgotten about it. So it's
so is it ruining battle rap, or is it just a fucking quick thing to get mad at, right?
Well, I think I'd look
everybody's
at it as
mad at something.
It's like a milestone almost. People are gonna talk about that forever. That's like a moment in
Vancouver's known for being weird as fuck, anyways. It's like
I know we were talking about Vancouver. This is all at Med Hat, but it's the same.
It's
the same scene, right?
It's Med Hat, but yeah. Smoked Out in general, I should say, is fucking known for fucking weird shit.
The first Smoked Out battle I ever watched was Jagerbomb and Funeral Nick.
Oh, no, exactly.
Really? That was the first, and that's why That's why I didn't watch Smoked Out for 2 years.
This is what we try to avoid. This is what I tell people. I'm like, we don't want that to be the first battle people see. That's not a good look.
Well, and that was specifically, not specifically. I'm sure that was a part of the reason that we split the channels, so we could have these fucking that's not going to be fucking main page.
It might be main page. It might be. It's up to Jesse.
That's the thing. No one was talking about any of the material, so it could have been a great battle.
Yeah, I think it
could have been a great battle.
I think it was.
Fair enough.
I think it was a decent battle. I mean, Papa's not the craziest battle rapper, but I mean, he's usually pretty decent.
Well, and Billy's all around fucking
and Billy's
spin forever.
Billy can kill it. No
dude, he came
what,
out
right?
like when he came out to battle AJ, he was doing so well. Like he came out, he hadn't been on King of the Dot in a little bit, and like
but he goes to no coast in St. Louis and shit.
And
does it like he battles all over the fucking world.
He knows
he's good, man. He's probably got more international battles than I do. Fucking.
Yeah, he puts on all over.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So our general consensus is y'all are a bunch of fucking pussies.
It's not that big a deal.
It's not that big of a deal.
No one's talking about it today.
You don't have to stare at their package if you don't want to. I mean, you can if you want to, but they're rapping, so you could look at their face when they're rapping, you know? It's
like you would do anyways.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
So the other shit was this event was plagued by no-shows. Specifically an entire group of people. The Ontario division, there was like 3, maybe 4, I think, just 3 of them.
Before we hop in though, Stevie's...
Yeah, I'm going to stay.
Yeah, Stevie's smoked out staff, and this involves smoked out staff, so we didn't even want his opinion until he can say something officially.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing.
So
talk to Red Shirt Mike if you want information.
Yeah. It's a harp and dart. But,
yeah, I will.
Okay. So, who was it? It was Billboard, Drop D,
Mighty Big Bird.
And Mighty Big Bird. And their stories basically are that one of them showed up with no money.
For a 20-hour drive from Thunder Bay to Medicine Hat.
And they couldn't get a car. And I don't think any of them had a license, I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, that's all speculation at that point. We don't really 100% on that shit.
But the thing is, Billboard runs the division. Like, that's a pretty bad
And
look.
I think that's why it was such a big deal at the time. And I think should still be a big deal now because nothing's been addressed. Like, nothing's been said about it. And I think the only reason I have grounds to say that is because in the past, this shit's always been kind of aired out to everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of been made aware.
And even when people
I
were
think
like,
it's kind of weird that it's not happening.
People are like, yo, this doesn't need to be aired out. And it's like, well, like that was just how we handled it. It was always aired out. And now that it's about a staff member, it's really hush-hush. And that is kind of suspect, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I don't even want to say suspect. I'm just saying, like, in the past we've talked about it, so it's kind of weird to me that nothing's being talked about. It's unfortunate because that's like on an 11 battle card over 2 days, you go down to 4 battles a day after that. That's really hard on, like, because you rent a venue for a certain amount of time.
Well, and they had a fucking problem with another one of their events where a huge amount of no-shows, and they only had the 1, maybe even 2 battles go on. So, like, when you book these people, you make a fucking commitment, and especially, like, as a league division head, like, that should be, like, a extra accountable. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
For sure.
Like, how are you going to tell...
Because you don't want that shit happening to you.
Yeah,
like,
how are you going to tell your boys, like, yeah, hey, you got to show up? You're like, man, you don't even fucking show up. Like,
yeah.
So,
it's unfortunate, man. I feel bad for Jesse, too, because that event would have been, like, that definitely affected the event, missing 3 battles.
The event still turned out good, though. Jesse made the best of it. Jesse handled the whole situation like a champ, honestly.
Fine. I'm glad to hear that, then.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's definitely a shit. Like, we dealt with the same shit at Heart to Heart, like 3 people dropped out, like, the day of or the day before. Like, it fucking... It hits you, man. I
just feel like we've always handled this, especially the Alberta division, we always handled this with bans. If you didn't show up without a good reason, you got a X amount of time ban, and it was usually 6 months. So, at the very least, all 3 of these motherfuckers need a 6-month ban.
Yeah.
And being a division head, now this is 100% speculation, and I have no fucking power here, but being a division head, I think they shouldn't be allowed to throw an event either, because you could be like, oh, well, I can't battle at the event, well, I'm just fucking throw the event.
Yeah, right? It's kind of like a fucking loophole almost in terms of... Because, I mean, the thing with bans is that person's supposed to fucking feel not being a part of something and, and then want to come back and do better. So, yeah, if you're allowed to throw events after, it's not really serving its purpose. You may as well just be allowed to battle anyways, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. That generally seems to be what most of smoked out, like, general population is saying. Like, they want to see something go down because, like, if this was Joey...
I think you just gotta say someone needs to explain something or say what was going down.
I don't know if anybody should explain anything, and I don't know if anybody needs to know what his punishment is or their punishment is or whatever. I want to try to get away from that because it's like, basically, like, all that does is give the public, like, oh, that person should get fucking a punishment. Oh, well, we did punish them. We told you did. But why do we need to tell anybody that anybody got punished? Why can't it just be like, oh, I haven't seen that guy on an event for like 6 months? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why does everybody need to know, like, oh, this person got punished or whatever?
I agree with you, but it's specifically for this particular one, I think because it's a staff member, it's like all of a sudden we're switching. That's been the way we've always handled it.
No, but I mean, I even said in the last episode about, like, how I don't think that this shit should be public anymore, even before any of this happened. Like, with Joey, like, what? Joey gets 2 years. Mike gave him 2 years because he was super mad at the time. Yeah. And then he, like, realized afterwards, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have gave him, like, 2 fucking years for that. That's a long time. Like, the company could be done in 2 years. Like,
at that point, too, right? Like, at that point before the 5 year.
Yeah.
That was the thing, right?
So it's so he still went, like, a 9 months or something, like, or 9 or 10 months Joey did. So it's like, that's still a long time for a band. But I don't think anybody really needs to know that because in the end of the day, it's not your company and it's not your company and it's not fucking any.
I don't know. I just think it adds to their fucking. It's meme material. It's reasons to give them.
Like, but okay, how about this? If you're not going to say anything, say you're not going to say anything. Yeah, have someone say we're going to handle it behind closed doors, and I think that's something's going to happen.
Somebody should say something. But think about like this like comparison here. Like if we all work for the same company, and I don't show up to fucking work one day. The boss isn't going to call you guys in and be like, listen, Stevie P didn't show up today. He's a piece of shit.
Go talk about him on Facebook and make fun of him.
Yeah, like, that's not how it's going to be, right? It's going to be like, you're not going to see that guy at work anymore because he's a fucking idiot, right? It's like, that's how it goes. So it's like, if you guys don't see him around, then you know that it's like, oh, well, he must have did something to fuck up because they're not booking him no more or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the only reason there's even an argument is because it's happened before. Like, it was aired out publicly before.
Well, Jesse is, like, notorious for telling everybody, like, this person didn't show up
what I'm
6
saying.
months, like, whatever.
And now, all of a sudden, because it's a staff member...
And maybe they're trying to figure it out. It's only been a week, right? Who knows?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
I don't know what's going on because I don't talk to Jesse.
Supposed to be talking in this conversation.
Well, we're talking about
the
public bands now.
Yeah.
But basically what I was cutting in to say was that JDK wanted to know about the no-shows.
Alright, we're back with some more questions.
Yeah, so in the Smoked Out forum, you can go join that shit on Facebook. Smoked Out Battles. We got some more questions. We got one from Benjamin Johnston here, hailing from fucking Kamloops.
Oh, good old Kamloops.
Can't make it up to a battle rap event, you cocksucker.
I got threatened in Kamloops, but fucking to be tomahawked mid-battle.
It was probably Benjamin's cousin.
Oh, shit.
Alright, what's he said? He wants us to discuss our favorite writers in Canadian battle rap.
That I mean, for me, that shit's easy. Bender, no question.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, I mean, Bender is definitely like the number one writer in Canada, but rest in peace for sure about that. Actively though, Ellipsis is probably
full
one
bias.
Of the best.
Ellipsis,
Ellipsis is one of the best.
So like Ellipsis, Chrome.
Chrome's crazy. Yeah, actually, Chrome's like. Yeah,
Pat Stay has like pockets of really good bars. Like he's a super good performer. He has funny materials, but once in a while I'm like, holy fuck, that's a crazy bar.
Yeah.
Like so, he is like a good writer.
Yeah.
And Chrome's a good one.
Ellipsis is up there.
Like writing wise, I'd say the Gingerbread Man's like right up there. Writing wise, he hasn't quite put the rest of the package together yet, but his writing is next level shit usually. I'm like, I hear his bars and I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah, he has some crazy stuff.
He has like some real like abstract like shit where I'm like, totally he went somewhere where I wasn't even thinking it was going.
No, how did you put those two things together
Yeah.
so well? It's like,
Pepe can kill it every once in a while for sure.
Yeah,
some fire.
Pepe's
Joey.
real performance-wise, though, like, I don't know if Pepe's... Well, he has...
I don't know. When he was battling Sully, I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, his Sully battle, he did have, like, real good angles and stuff.
I think you gotta mention G-Show then at that point, too.
Yeah,
the kid's
like,
on the way.
See, that's, like, the thing. Like, if we're talking writing, is it, like, I consider writing, like, your content and like your layers and like different schemes that like and different pockets of like patterns of rhyming and shit. Like I consider that like Vocab was saying, like the versatile guy is like a rapper's rapper. That guy writes fucking bars. Like that's like what I consider like a good writer, you know, like Ellipsis. He writes shit and like if you're a rapper you're like, holy fuck, that guy like writes some crazy shit, right? But yeah, I don't know if like Pepe and shit's like really like that kind of writer. He's like a super good performer, super good fucking angles and shit, but like
that's a good point. Yeah, it's two different things. Like
not quite as complex.
Yeah. So Chrome has those bars where you're like, holy fuck, I don't know like where that came from.
Dude, his gun bars are crazy.
Crazy.
He's saying.
I mean, DP once in a while has some fucking shit that I'm like, holy fuck, that was crazy.
That's true. He's probably got like, when I like, and this is 100% biased because I've focused on the Vancouver scene more than everywhere else, obviously. But when I tell other people about dope bars, it's usually a DP bar.
Yeah.
Like fucking what is that? They love me in the trap,
like Stockholm Syndrome.
That's one of the first ones I always say.
Yeah, that hit hard as fuck.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So what else you got?
What else we got is oh yeah, we got a boxing match happening between Disaster and Math Hoffa, like a celebrity boxing match. I just heard about this today.
Is this for real?
Yeah, there's like a whole card. They're like adding fights to it and shit.
Really?
So who do we got to win that? I'm calling Diz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's just gonna fucking like. He's
got
got energy. He can,
exactly.
Like if he can rap for that long, how long?
Or like one of those guys that just won't stop.
Yeah.
Like, he just keeps coming. No matter how many times you hit him, he's gonna keep coming at you. You're gonna fucking lose eventually.
So but how the fuck when is this going down?
I don't know.
There's a flyer out there somewhere for it. Shout out, I think, Little Corey. Shout out Corey for the question.
Hailing from the town in Nanaimo. I don't even know if he's from Nanaimo. He's from the island somewhere. Then we got Kevin Jules. Can't even do it.
You got this, bro.
Shout out, go ahead.
I should battle E. Farrell, but that's not a question.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Should I battle? If you put the... If you put the should first, there would have been a question.
Yeah.
All right.
We're taking only questions right now. No comments.
Yeah. Okay, then we got Bannock Cardinal. Discussed who is next up to be sent to a major King of the Dot event out east. That's a pretty good question.
That is. So yeah, G-Show just went to Mass, and then Ellipsis on iBattle.
Yeah.
Gingerbread Man's been out there.
Okay, I want to talk about Ellipsis on iBattle. That motherfucker is low on the card.
Is he?
But
he's
also
like 6th battle down.
Vancouver has a bad history on iBattle, man.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Who's been out
and
there?
They gave him homeschool.
Yeah, but that's what
gonna murder homeschool.
That's what we did with Ellipsis, though. When you get someone like that, you invest in them and you bring them a name, and hopefully they.
I know, but I'm just saying, like
that's how Ellipsis got put on.
They're 6th down on the card. I was thinking.
Do you see the battles above them though?
Yeah. Well, there was a couple that I think they could have been like 4th.
Yeah. But at the same point, at that point of the card, you can move so much shit around. It doesn't really change it too much.
Yeah.
There's 11. There's 11 battles on that card. So.
Like obviously, Mike P and them are gonna be like.
Mike P and Dunch,
they're gonna be at the top.
Sean and all that. Yeah, it's a wild card.
Yeah. So who's next up? I don't know.
Yeah.
So, say the question: who's next up from here?
Who's next up from here, or like smoked out in general?
To go out east.
To go out east and battle in a major event back there, like a major King of the Dot event. Copacetic was on 1, wasn't he?
Yeah, Cope was on World Dom 7.
Okay, well, like...
Ellipsis was on World Dom 5 and 6.
If Jaws wasn't retired, he's the newest one to
Creative
make it to
could
main
go
page.
back. I'm sure
G-Show
Creative did good in... Well, G-Show did good on Master.
Yeah, but I think... Yeah, but I was going to say he should have been in Toronto. on the wave.
But still back east King of the Dot.
I guess so, yeah. Same thing.
But, yeah, I think creative, because he battled in beast mode and he did really good. Like, it didn't phase him being in Toronto in front of a different crowd. I think we could send him.
Yeah.
And
I'd like to
the
see,
Gingerbread Man would be decent out there for sure. I think they would fuck with his shit. Sully would probably do good in Toronto, honestly, because he has that bars performance fucking, like, man mentality.
He more reminds me, like, of that style.
Yeah.
Out here, like, he's got more of an East Coast style.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I think
that'd be good. So, next up we got to talk about the Smoked Out event happening this weekend. September 7th.
Back to school.
And G-Show and I set up that card. We got the main event Mike fucking popping off here against
Is it main event Mike if he didn't book it though?
It's not, but we're gonna call him that anyway.
Okay,
I booked it, so it's whatever. It's not
versus Gingerbread Man, right?
Yeah.
But it's bad bars.
It's bad bars.
Alright, this isn't even fair.
So Mike 3-0.
Yeah, it's not even right. Like,
I mean, but the thing is, the Gingerbread Man's not dumb. I feel like he can, like...
But it almost helps to be dumb for bad bars.
No, but... I mean, he's not going to go in there and write some of the craziest fucking shit ever and be like, oh, this is bad bars.
Yeah, like
he's going to go in there and have defeat bars.
Didn't that happen to Dex?
Well, Dex was like trying, but he couldn't.
You're so good to a point you can't be bad.
Yeah, like a lot of them were good. And you're like, what's going on here? And Mike's just like, Mike's doing the shittiest bars ever.
Dex is spinning heat out.
But see, I don't know, man. Obviously, Gingerbread Man's gonna have more fun with it.
Yeah, Gingerbread Man's gonna he's gonna. It's gonna be something new to him. That's the thing. Like when I battled Cope and I did like the loser battle, which is almost the same thing, except we didn't try to do bad bars. We just said who should like win more. Mm-hmm. It was fun as fuck. Writing for that battle wasn't a chore like a lot of battles are. Yeah. It was just like let's do this. So I think it's something that's gonna like re-inspire the Gingerbread Man. Give him a break from like the real serious battles. Let him go in there and just have fun.
And he's got like this not weird, but like this different lazy style that could like really lend itself to
if he plays that up and doesn't like perform as seriously and kind of takes a step back, that could be crazy.
Yeah, really funny.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be hilarious anyways. It's gonna be a good battle. Obviously I set it up. I think it's gonna be a good
Stevie just books only good battles.
Yeah.
Nothing trash.
Yeah, well, I try not to. I mean, you gotta have an undercard, but I mean...
Hey, don't talk about me like that. Don't talk about me.
So speaking of trash, we got next on like the co-main is Joey Malice, the return, and AA Ron, who is the return again in the back, and then out, and then the return again, and then out.
He doesn't know if he doesn't like us or not, but it's alright. He's back now.
We don't know if we like us, so...
Yeah, exactly.
So Joey versus AA Ron. That's fire.
The King Lawler.
There we go. He's smoked out his Malice.
Yeah, this guy has more catchphrases than fucking the Simpsons cast.
Okay, but on the real, at the start of Smoked Out, Joey was like, you gotta give him the credit. Like Joey was legitimately one of the backbones of character development in early Smoked Out.
Do you know what Joey was? Joey was like the 5 years ago Pathanogenic and Kid Franklin. He was like the guy who just came into it with like no experience and just did good right away.
Yeah,
like within the first year he was a title holder of Smoked Out. Like,
he knew before a lot of us did. Well, a lot of us were still trying to be like really good rappers. He's like, I just have to be the better character.
And he would win the battle.
And he would put on these really cool like WWE inspired fucking blogs and shit. He'd like where it would be playing and he'd walk in and be like, oh, hey there, and he like put on a whole fucking character and his hair would be going and shit, and that like that paved the way for Whoomp to come in and be even crazier and fucking and shit like that. Like he legitimately paved the way for us to have character development at the start, because at the start it was everybody was being fucking bravado and machoism and fucking angry and shit like that, and he was just having fun, and it won him $1,000 off the fucking hop, right?
Yeah, that's
all. 4 straight wins, straight off the hop, fucking $1,000 and a title.
Yeah.
Didn't he battle Jay the Nightwing too?
He battled Jay the Nightwing. He battled a bunch of. He battled No Shame and
No Shame.
Oh yeah, Don't
Fuck, right?
And he killed her. It was like Joey, when he's good, he's on. Like I want to say, like AA Ron's like more consistent material wise. but he hasn't figured out that way to like make everybody love him yet.
And I don't think Joey's coming to lose either.
I don't think Joey's coming to lose.
No, he's been
either.
talking so much shit about
everything. Joey messaged me like a couple weeks ago, and he was like, asked me like about a bar or something. He was like, "See, this is proof I'm writing already." I was like, "Oh, he's writing a couple weeks before the battle. He's inspired." Let's go.
That's fire.
So that's gonna be a good one, though. I think Aaron, because Aaron also has been living in Alberta for like what, a year and a half now, 2 years or something. Like that. So he hasn't battled in Vancouver in a long time.
What was it?
I heard he's been leveling up in Alberta.
He has been.
And, last time he lost to Franklin.
But it was like he kept up with Franklin though, like good.
Okay, yeah.
For Aaron, that's good. Like he was fighting, and then he had one before that where he like did decent too. I think.
I had so much fun battling Aaron.
It
was great.
Yeah, you guys had a good battle. I remember that was one of the better smoked out battles back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
We were putting out some good battles back then. We need. So
then the turnout there was huge. Shit was good.
Oh man, that's why we need this new fucking venue to work out. Yeah, there's a new venue for the smoked out. It's,
Cocktails and Dreams, baby.
I think it's 12411 King George Boulevard. It's Drums and Drums. It's a new venue. It's the old Turf Hotel. It used to be a dirty old strip club in Surrey, but she's all cleaned up now.
Now it's a dirty old battle rap venue.
Exactly.
So
it's gonna be way worse now.
But it's got a peacock vibe to it. It's like we can do like the 19 bar, and like we could even do the all ages and shit. I think there if we wanted to, but yeah, it's right down the road from where the cock was, so it's it's good because literally when we were at the Peacock, we were pulling 120 people every event.
Consistency is key, man. If you always have the
same
place, same
couple
venue.
months, people like around the neighborhood like, oh, there's crazy shit going down there every time. We should go there, right?
It draws.
So yeah, it was good. So hopefully this new one can be good. The next on the card, though, is I have my favorite battle of the night, which is OZ and Little Q. Which is
I forgot about that. Yeah, of course. Fuck it. And Little Q seems really like he's been coming back with a fever, like fucking strength.
I feel like, and he's not talking as much shit this time, so I hope that means he's writing. I hope that means
stoked.
he's writing.
Yeah. He like told me like he's stoked to do the battle. He knows OZ is like hilarious, and he's ready to have like a fucking funny off, you know.
Yeah. I know OZ's coming prepared, so
that's gonna be a fucking good one, I think.
I know Z. That's like again another return battle.
He's been gone. There was some controversy with him like about a year and a half, 2 years ago, where he showed up to a battle and didn't spit any of his material. And he just rambled about some nonsense for a while.
Had he not rambled about the nonsense, I think it would have went much better.
Yeah,
I think if he just stood there and was like, "Yeah, just keep coming." Buddy.
Yeah,
but the nonsense was over the top. But regardless, I'm happy to see him back, man.
Yeah, me too.
And he's been around the Canadian scene since it started
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Plus, me and OZ are like pretty good friends, so like I'm glad he's back. So
yeah, man, show us that. That's gonna be fucking dope.
So that's good. And then we got the undercard. We'll talk about Kai. We don't need to talk about the other ones, but Kai's battling again. This motherfucker's a machine. He's still in his like early 20s, loving battle rap, just battling all the time. Let's go.
Thank you, sir.
Fucking 10 fucking battles in a year.
So who you battling?
Yeah, Matt.
Who you gonna battle?
I'm battling Darth Caesar.
Indian Tupac.
That's
what Caustic said. He was like, I'll make this one out to Indian Tupac.
I didn't know that. Fire.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, shit. It's too close. Don't write anything about it. I'm just joking.
I think I told G-Show, like, cap it at 4, and I'm at, like, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Is it a one-rounder?
Yeah, one rounder.
Yeah, it's just a one-rounder.
Yeah, I said, like, I hit him up before, or G-Show a couple months ago. I was like, yo, I know you're doing this card in September. If you need, like, a last-minute one-rounder, let me know. I think, 6 battles on the card?
Yeah, which is perfect for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
so it was going to be 5 if I couldn't do it. And I was supposed to have a different opponent, but he backed out after. So then we got Omar, and it worked out, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I think the one-rounder is good. You just did a battle. Just come and do the one-rounder. 3-4 minutes each is still... It's like the one-rounder, but it's like still a 10-minute battle, which is like almost like the perfect fucking.
When you're starting out, that's what you want. You want to be able to send people something that's not too long. And
people don't want to spend 36
minutes.
minutes of their time watching a battle. You know, like especially two people that they don't know. If they're invested in a storyline and a battler's come up and shit, then like they might want to put that time in a little more.
That's the thing. All my 2 smoked out battles and my 1 BVB, like I told Mike, like 90 seconds. I told JDK 90 seconds. I write like exactly 90 seconds, like maybe 5 seconds over. All my opponents have spit at least 2 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So so I'm just like, I just want a shorter battle. Like fuck, I don't need this extra material. It doesn't do it. You should be able to edit out 30 seconds of bad material.
You should be able to, but in the long run, if you have 24 bars of fire shit that hits every time, and this guy has 48 bars that is half trash, you're probably gonna win the battle.
Yeah, I mean, that was the opposite against Dr. Grimm. He had
way
longer rounds of trash, right? And he won.
Yeah.
Well, but that was like...
I don't care what the judges say. You have to wait till the battle comes out and see what everybody else says. Because it's
There's a couple people that told me what's up after. So I appreciate that.
Like, a judge's decision is like whatever.
Yeah, they were judging on what was going on, like... the fucking awkward funniness of it all. Like, they weren't judging, like, material or nothing at that point.
There was, like, a 2-year span that I didn't win a battle the whole 2 years.
Man, yeah.
And I was getting good opponents still. Yeah. I was battling, like, getting, like, ground zeros with, like, 4,000 or 5,000 views.
Dude,
and,
Cope lost, like, 11 in a row and then went to World Dom after, like, 4 wins, I want to say.
It doesn't matter. If you're performing good and your opponent's just performing, like, a little bit better or whatever, that just makes a good battle.
You can lose and still be great.
Yeah, it's fucking...
That's what makes battle
whatever. So, yeah, and then that's this weekend. Smoked out. And then we got 3 weeks from now.
September 20th, UBC, shout out...
Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah, I think it's Rappers Without Borders is the UBC association. Cope linked up with them. We're throwing Battles Without Borders. It's a charity event. All profits are going to Doctors Without Borders, which is a doctor's charity that provides service for people over the world that don't have access to it.
Third world countries and shit like that.
So shout out to that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, we got a nice little 6 battle card.
Cause.
Yeah,
that's good.
We got a nice little six battle card here.
The whole card's been released, right?
Yep, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so 6 battles, and this is like the first in a long time. I want to say we have 4 debuts. The first 2 battles are all debuts.
Yeah, debuts, because the longest time, like a lot of people came up through Smoked Out. There was only like bigger events in King of the Dot, but I noticed on this one. It's really about developing some of their own talent.
People who
which is dope. And Q the Commandant or
Commandante.
Commandante. Like I always just call him Q, but he's like actually I've done a lot of shows with him, and me and him have talked a lot, and I'm stoked to see him battle. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Because he's been around, and the guy can rap his ass off. Like when he's on stage, he's fucking just going, like rapping.
He's fire. I'm excited to see him. He linked up with me at one of the shows, and we've been cool ever since. He's a really good guy, and I saw him perform with he opened for Illegitimate at one of their like last shows back in December. So I saw him. But we'll just start at the bottom here. So we got Sohan versus Afrolution. I'm like 90% sure those are 2 UBC kids.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're gonna bring in their fucking UBC crowd.
Yeah, and then next up is Ilkaz versus Q the Commandante. I'm not sure who Ilkaz is, but I've seen him in the group. Did you guys?
No, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, so I think some people know of him, but he's not too big. So the first, next up, three spot, we got Shine 9 and Lil Corey, which is gonna
be hilarious.
Yeah,
that's a good battle. That's a good battle for that card.
Corey's funny, and one of the things about this card being a UBC is it's like it's gonna be a different crowd than we're all like. Well, that's what we're hoping. It's gonna bring in a new crowd, right? Corey isn't going to be affected by that at all. Like,
he's going to
we all know that Shine 9 is his own worst enemy. If Shine 9's good, he can beat anybody. And if Shine 9's not good, he's not doing good.
Yeah. He was like good against Path too. It just didn't go his way. Like I thought he did really well.
I don't think that was like the best Shine we've ever seen, but he did decent against Path.
Like the Shine versus Chronic. Like that
Shine. Like I want to see that Shine all the time. Like even the second round at BVB when me and you were out there, and he was like fucking. He was in the pocket, like just killing it.
I remember that. That was crazy.
Yeah, well, and I'm good homies with Shine. I know he's been taking this battle really seriously, and he's like. Wants this to be his return, right? Like he sees this as a big shot for him to get back in the King of the Dot.
So he did Path, and now he's ready to. He's back.
He's back in the King of the Dot. So was him and Path at PY?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's at 1.3k views.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Good for him.
That's good.
Yeah. Next up on that, we got the Boy Rhythm versus another return. Shout out Nuisance for coming back.
Nuisance, yeah. I was surprised. Me and Nuisance were actually talking not long ago, and he was saying he wanted to come back, so that's dope.
Yeah, he's been at the events recently.
Yeah.
All the events. Nuisance is, he's something.
What do you think of the battle?
Oh, I'm...
What you gonna do, Rhythm? What are you gonna do?
No, I'm just saying, like...
No, it's just that, like, Nuisance is a character, and I finally get to battle a
somebody
character.
You can break down a little bit.
Like, somebody where I don't have to be, like, oh, what am I
Because
gonna
I will
write?
say, like Letterman is, like, pretty plain. He's plain
he's a hard
Jane
guy.
guy. Like, he
Yeah.
raps well, but he's, like, not, like...
Well, and it was the same with Script and...
the same thing. Like, and this is, like, Nuisance. There's, like, a lot of history there and a lot of background to talk about, so...
and background that I've been front fucking row for, so, so I'm gonna have I am having a lot of fun with this one, so yeah.
Can't wait to see that shit.
I'm looking
And
forward to it.
you still got lots of time.
Oh, yeah.
So are you in charge of all the filming and editing of this event?
No, so Jordan's filming.
Oh, Jordan's filming?
Yeah, I'm gonna edit, and I'm taking photos.
Alright.
Oh, fire.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, next up on the docket, Co-Main, Chronic Walters versus Heretic.
Yeah, that's good.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Heretic being the American Stevie P, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout outs to him, and just shout outs to 4MCs.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, which is King of the Dot now, Northwest,
dude,
which is the merger.
Well,
I don't know if they're throwing 4MCs events anymore. I don't know.
I think it's really up to them, man. If they want to do their own thing, that's totally up to them. Like,
I think they are. Like, I feel like I just saw them talking about it recently. Like they're, like Kelly and was talking about how she was throwing a 4MCs event. I think.
Oh yeah, I just seen her post today. Like, until the Northwest calls to somebody.
Oh really?
So I thought it was like they were staying Northwest.
Well,
and Cope was talking about them being like one entity like now. So I don't know. They want the cross promo. Either way, that's not on us to really talk about. But
we'll see.
Shout out to them guys anyway.
No, and they had a fire first event
in fucking Washington.
Yeah, so hopefully it keeps going.
And he's gonna come up here and perform. And Heretic's somebody who's traveled all over, and he
knows what he's doing. I think it's gonna be interesting. I don't think Chronic's really faced someone like that besides Trevi, who kind of steamrolled.
Yeah, I mean, Chronic is another guy that's like Shine, where it's just like he can be amazing.
That's funny how they both had career battles against each other.
Exactly. Like, sometimes it just lines up, right? Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, both of them, I can probably name like 3 battles from each of them where they're like, holy fuck, those guys are like super good. But then there's other battles. Like when Shine battled me, I felt like I was getting my fucking ass kicked. Like in the fucking room, it felt like he was kicking my ass.
He called me after. He's like, "I just bodied Stevie."
But then when the video came out, everybody said I won.
Yeah,
it was like his energy didn't translate to cam. But in the room, it was like I was getting destroyed. Yeah. His energy was crazy. It was like, this is the best Shine I've ever seen in my life.
And that's what he says about that battle. He says that was one. Like he was on fire on that one.
Yeah, he was.
And then we got our headliner, APOS versus Wise Guy.
This is
that's Wise Guy's on the fucking return, man. This guy's doing shit everywhere, and like roasting season, I feel like he had a little bit of a step back with like he didn't have the energy that he probably wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't. He kills it in venues, right? No, but he's good in the venue. Like he doesn't seem like he'd be a good performer in a venue, but he is. Like, he knows what he's doing, man. He's got the
feeds off the crowd too, right? So I mean, roasting season. By the time they battled, there was probably only 30 people there, right?
Yeah.
I think the height of the event was you, like 60.
Well, because so many people came for the barbecue, and then my battle didn't start till closer to 6, so some people had to be there for 3 hours drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
It was like, so he was like, didn't have the crowd to feed off. I imagine this UBC event is probably going to have a decent crowd, and I think that, but APOS plays off the fucking crowd just as good as
I think it's one of those matches that like you wouldn't
really
like,
funny.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to tell. It's gonna be real hard to tell who won.
APOS is more like a bully. And like Wise Guy is more like just chilled out.
He's just like a laid back.
Like, so it's hard to diss somebody who doesn't seem like they take themselves that seriously.
So do you think APOS is gonna really attack him, or like how's he gonna approach that?
Oh fuck, I don't know.
I think he's gonna be funny because I think APOS, like the last few APOS battles I've seen, he's like really like took on to his like funniness. You know, like he's just
having fun with
against Chronic Walters.
He's not too serious, and he's not too serious anymore, right? I remember like me and APOS have been around for a long time together, since the beginning of King of the Dot Vancouver, pretty much, and yeah, like he used to be a little more like serious and like mad when he would battle sometimes, but nowadays he's just fucking up there having fun with it, right?
Well, he only battles when he wants to battle now, right?
Yeah,
like,
and he only comes in
every once in a while.
and
He's
a
on the
wife and a
island.
family, and like he's just doing it for fun now, right? And it shows. That's like the shit it's good. Being like when the pressure's off, you perform better, right? It's like anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's good. I hope this event goes well. I know it's supposed to draw in the younger crowd, kind of keeps the scene refreshed and start
like I say,
bolstering numbers everywhere.
It's good for King of the Dot to start developing some new talent, and UBC's kind of a trek, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking gonna be difficult getting there from fucking on Friday from Surrey.
Yeah,
gotta get off work and head there, but we'll make it. It fucking it's all good.
Yeah.
Somebody better drive my ass.
We're transiting, bro.
Mike, fucking come get me,
Mike.
you cocksucker.
Yeah.
Sparka's complaining about the same thing about Surrey.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna come all the way to Surrey. And I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna come all the way to Vancouver.
That's why New Westland's the best, man.
Yeah, you're close to both.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Alright, so yeah.
So do we have anything else to hit on the topic?
Let's see if anybody else said a fucking question. I don't think they did. Nobody loves us. We actually had a decent amount of questions. It was pretty good.
And
man.
And one comment.
Oh,
And one comment, yeah. I think we should do that more often.
Mongers, discuss these nuts. They're tiny little fucking peanuts, bud. You little fag.
And that's a good way to end the show.